welcome back to Who's Your Band? I am Jeffrey Paul. I am joined by Mr. Sean Morton. How are you, Sean?
I could be better. You
know what? It's like I'm looking at Sean's face, and I think you look good with this beard mustache thing, but I still want to punch you. Does that make sense?
I completely understand it. The reason I'm a little iffy today is I normally have to deal with just one douchebag and a really cool guest. Normally, I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Well, with that precursor, okay, with that foreshadowing, let's introduce our guest, because our guest is a comedian. He's a musician. Obviously, he's a buddy to the both of us. We welcome into the show, Mr. Paul Bond. How are you, Paul? You're stalling, of course. You're freezing up. But this episode is going to be a little. This episode is going to be a little bit different than episodes we've done in the past. This episode started when Paul and I were doing a gig together last weekend, and we were talking about guilty pleasures. You know, what's a guilty pleasure song? And so we're going to talk about our guilty pleasures. We're going to talk, all three of us have guilty pleasure songs. We have a lot of viewer mail with guilty pleasure songs. But before we even get started with it, let's identify what a guilty pleasure song is. Okay. It's something you like, but shouldn't. It's a song you should be ashamed of, but you like it anyway. And it's a song you wouldn't admit to liking in public. I get the feeling by the end of this episode, none of us are going to be friends anymore.
First of all, I'm not your friend to begin with, number one. Number two, I don't even believe in the thing called a guilty pleasure, because you know what? Music is music, and it evokes an emotion. And no matter what the emotion is, it's right. So,
already I fucking hate you.
No, I don't. Listen, I am going to drop some horrific things that you're going to hate. And I don't give a shit, because I love them. And some of them make me happy. Some of them I put on to make me feel sad. But you know what? I don't give a shit. They're 99% happy. And I own everything.
Do you
cry?
Own up
to everything.
Do you cry? You put on songs to cry?
No. It's more, when I hear of that stupid term guilty pleasure, I really tend to think of it as more of something to bring you up and to keep you in a good mood.
Yes.
Because pleasure means good. You know what I mean? So,
you know what? Get us started. Give us a guilty pleasure song.
All right. I'm going to start off real gay on this one. The song is called Semi-Charmed Life by Third Eye Blind.
It's not a bad song, Paul.
I don't think it's that bad.
That's not a guilty pleasure,
I don't think
Paul.
You're digging deep enough, Paul.
Yeah, that's basic shit. That's going to every bar in New Jersey in 1998 and 2000.
Well, here's the thing, Sean. I based it on the fact that I'm a metalhead.
Well, so am I. So is he.
We both of us are.
Okay, so you don't finish sentence here. They just interrupt.
All right. So here's the thing. All the time.
That's my thing.
My point is that if it came on the radio and somebody else was in the car, you might go, all right, I'll turn this off. But if nobody else is in the car, you leave it on. And not only that, you crank it up. And I would crank up Semi-Charmed Life, where other people might go, really? That's a pop song. Bop. I will crank up Bop in the car by the Hanson Boys.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal.
Listen, I'll tell you what, I can one up your Hanson Bop. I actually have a Hanson version with an orchestra of Bop that I play all the time.
Why do you even know that? Where would you find that?
From the Hanson fan club.
Please tell me you're not in the Hanson fan club. No
Jeff,
way.
Once in a while, there's a thing what comedians do. They tell jokes, Jeff. You should try it once in a while.
But in this case, I wouldn't put it past you. You would fucking definitely be part of that Hanson fan club.
You know what it was, Jeff? He sold it. That's what it was. He sold the whole thing.
Yeah. I've belonged to one fan club my entire life when it comes to two. And it was strictly to get tickets early for a concert. It's the only reason I did it.
Liberace fan club?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Way to date yourself, fucking Father Time. No, it was Chris Stapleton, Chris Stapleton and Guns N' Roses. Only two I ever joined to get tickets early to get better seats. And it worked. I had 12th row seats for Chris Stapleton.
Okay, so give us your guilty pleasure, Sean.
My first one?
Yes.
It's a song that I play all the time if I'm in a bad mood, or if it happens to come on, I am no longer in a bad mood. It's called Shut Up and Dance by Walk the Moon.
Fuck. Ugh.
What, did you have that too, Jeff?
No. I'm not as gay as Sean. This is terrible.
Oh, it's gay because it's a pop song. That's
terrible.
That the people who wrote have $97 million in the bank.
Shut up and dance. Shut up and dance.
Listen. If you can't play this song, listen. If this song comes on,
and dance with me.
Done. All right.
You can't possibly like this.
It's actually very melodic.
Already. His dumb face in enjoying this song. This is enraging.
That is a perfect. You can get a phone call from your doctor and it says, "Hey, your prostate is falling out of your asshole."
But
and you have a week to live,
makes you happy.
And then you're driving home, and that song comes on. You forget about your prolapsing prostate asshole for a minute. That's what a great song does for you.
It's not a great song. It's a terrible
Sean,
song.
let's get ready to dissect Jeff with his first choice.
Yeah, which fucking Air Supply song you going to talk about?
I do have Air Supply on my list.
Of course you do, you fucking mook.
But what else? But I'm not. I'm going to ease into this. I'm not going to hit you with Air Supply right away. I'm going to hit you with a group that in our lists here. That especially that we got on viewer mail. We got a lot from this band, but no one came up with this song. I love the song Gimme, Gimme by Abba, but it could also be Hung Up by Madonna. It's the same song.
I've never heard it either.
You know Gimme, Gimme. Gimme, Gimme a Man After Midnight.
I was going to say Dancing Queen. I like that one.
No one likes that song.
No, I do.
So you actually admitted on the radio, which we're going to clip a soundbite out of, that you like a song, Gimme Gimme, where it says, "Give me a man after midnight."
Gimme a man after midnight.
All right.
Yes.
You're signing your own death warrant today, buddy.
Listen, this is what we do, man. Because we're comedians, Sean. We take risks. We are vulnerable. And that's what I'm being here. I'm being vulnerable. And that's not even the worst one. All right, Paul, hit us up with another one.
Okay, I'm going Notorious by Duran Duran.
I don't think it's that bad.
That's not bad either, dude.
It's not bad?
No.
Because you got to know. All right, you know what? Let me take that one away and let me explain the next one, because as a musician, I play heavy metal guitar. I actually, I played it. I played Zeppelin, Black Sabbath my entire life. But the minute I mention this band that is a rock band, they go, "Really? Kiss?" Because it's basic chord structure. But Black Diamond by Kiss.
Oh, get out of here. I love that song.
Is one of my favorite songs. But as a Jeff, this is going from a musician's standpoint. As a musician, they go, "That's a basic 1-4-1-3-4 structure or whatever," and they give you shit for it because it's not. They go, "That's not real music. That's not rock," because it's glam rock or whatever.
That was a rock song.
I love it. Black Diamond is a great song.
Why doesn't somebody say to Gene Simmons in his $32 million friggin' mansion that he just bought in Malibu?
Exactly. Thank you, Sean. Thank you. But but this was before it was hip. This was before it was hip to like Kiss. I'm talking in the 70s when I grew up with them, and I was I like Kiss, and they go, "Really, Kiss? Really?"
Did they do that on Mike Douglas?
They did it on
Yeah, because
they did do it on Mike Douglas.
They did a week on Mike Douglas. I mean, listen, I love Kiss. I love that song. Paul, we got to take you to a different level of douchiness with these lists, which Sean will do with his next song.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Great band, one of the most influential bands of all time, one of the most greatest songwriters of all time, who wasn't involved in this song. But to me, that's another one that makes me happy, is Kokomo by the Beach Boys.
Okay. Yeah, I want to slip my wrist to that song.
It is a good song. It is cheerful.
It's a happy song. And plus, you got the great John Stamos. No, you got John Stamos playing bongos in the video.
Who cares?
Can't beat that.
Yeah.
So that gives you the masturbation part of it, but I don't.
Listen, who doesn't ever want to jerk off to a Greek god? You know what I mean?
He is a pretty man.
He's still a pretty man. It pisses me off.
I know.
Exactly.
He's sickening. I hate him.
He's looking good.
Is he still married to Rebecca Romaine?
No.
I don't think so.
She left him for the guy. Remember the fat kid in what's that movie? The Stephen King novel.
Stand By Me?
No, Stand By Me. Remember the fat kid from the Stand By Me?
Oh yeah, who's not fat anymore?
He's not fat, right? Jerry O'Donnell. She's married to him now.
A quick Jerry O'Donnell story. My wife is in Montauk doing karaoke for some reason for somebody, and Jerry O'Donnell comes up at the end. Now he thinks everybody knows who the fuck he is, and he's like, "Hi," and he's waving to my wife like, "Can I do this song?" She goes, "Nah, sorry, we're done, we're over." And she shut him down. Then afterwards, they go, "Did you know that was Jerry O'Donnell?" She goes, "I had no clue."
That's
Who
awesome.
would recognize him? He's only good when he's fat.
Yeah. He was a great actor with the weight.
With the weight, right? Once you lose the weight, sure, never lose the weight. That's the key.
That's
Look at
hurtful,
Sean right
Jeff.
now.
That's hurtful.
Good. All right. Let me get to my next one.
Yeah,
and sure, you guys will rip me for this. I was going to say this for a little bit later. I'll pull out a good one here. You know what makes me happy, Sean? That always puts me in a good mood. I like Barbie Girl by Aqua.
Wow.
Here's what I like you to do. I will give you a lot of credit. I will give you a lot of credit in saying that there's very few people, comedian-wise, that I know who hustle harder than you do. You are definitely a hustler.
It's coming. It's about to come.
No. It's not. No, it's not a slam at all.
Here comes where he goes. With that said,
no. What I was thinking was, I'd like you to play that song while you're driving over the Brooklyn Bridge, going into the city for a spot, and take a hard fucking right off that bridge.
Come on, Bobby. Let's go party. You don't like that song?
Oh, no. Come on.
You don't like it at all. It's fun. It's a fun song.
No, it's not, Jeff. It wasn't a fun song in 1996 when it came out.
Yeah, it's fun and it's catchy.
Oh, is it?
Yes, everybody likes it.
No.
Yes.
No.
Have you ever seen the video?
Who likes it, Jeff? People who are 30. People who are 30 right now who were 10 when it came out. That's who like it.
Yeah.
Not a 75-year-old curmudgeon from Staten Island.
Not 75.
Sean, when you say Bop is even hipper than Barbie Girl?
It's 1,000 times hipper, number one. Number two, they played all their instruments. And number three, listen, the middle one from Hanson, I'd bang before any of the two chicks on friggin' Aqua.
Get out of here. The chick from Aqua is beautiful. She's beautiful.
I don't know, man.
I got a good one.
Go ahead.
Now, I don't know.
Get to your next one.
Well, here's one. Roxette.
Which one?
The band Roxette, and She's Got the Look.
I will tell you one thing right now, Paul, and this is the God's honest truth. Not only is that one of my favorite songs of all time, really? That's one of my karaoke go-tos when I go.
Oh, no, you do not.
Oh, fuck yeah. Because I hit that. That's my perfect range when I sing.
She's got the look.
And I usually have a girl who'll do the girl part.
But that's awesome.
I thought you do the girl part.
No. I sing the middle part. One of my all-time favorite songs and a very underrated album to begin with. Look Sharp is a phenomenal record.
You got
the whole album is killer, actually.
It is. It's amazing. I actually bought that. I had to dig and find that on vinyl. I paid like $30 to get that record on vinyl.
Must have been love, but it's
I hate that song.
I hate that song. I'm not a fan of because it reminds me of like being in 8th grade. And there was a girl that I was in love with. And we were going to separate high schools.
Were you heartbroken, Sean?
Oh, terribly. You know, the fat, little 6 foot, 260 pound, 13-year-old Sean was heartbroken. Let me tell you.
All you wanted to do back then is like you saw Sean and you just wanted to pinch his legs. Just to pinch him.
Me? No, I look like a fat little lesbian when I was 13. I did. I had a mullet. I had big Coke bottle glasses. I used to get all my clothes from Chess King. Remember Chess King?
I used to work at a Chess King.
Of course you did. Of course you did. fucking reeking of Paco Rabanne while you're doing it too.
Hey, I had a members only jacket. Don't make fun.
I had one too, but here's the thing: I was 10 and I had to wear it because I was fat. It's the only reason why I had one.
Well, that's because you're like 12 years younger than me.
Yeah, probably.
At least
30 younger than Jeff.
Sure. What's your next song?
It sparked a genre. I will tell you that. Sparked a genre. A lot of people hate it. I don't hate it. I think it's a classic. Achy Breaky Heart by Billy Ray Cyrus.
Oh, wow. There you go.
That was the song. There was a couple others beforehand, but that was the song that really broke and made pop country very popular.
Do you do the dance?
There's no dance to it, really.
It's not
there's no dance to it. It's more of a strut and a snarl.
They don't lean in. You don't do like a line dance.
No, I'm not a line dance.
The thing where you put your thumbs in your pockets and
right. There's a dance to it.
Yeah, I don't do that. I'm more
my achy breaky heart. He was like he's a swooner. He was a swooner of country.
Crooner.
Yeah, a crooner. Yeah.
A crooner. All right.
But, what do you got, Jeff?
The next one. I'm just gonna keep laying them out there, man. I like the song "Kiss Me" by Sixpence None the Richer.
That's a sweet song. I can't complain about that.
Kiss me.
That's a fun song. It's poppy. It's catchy. It's short. Okay, so you don't get sick of it too quick. She has a very sweet voice.
Yep. It's funny you should say that because the next one is really parallel to that for me.
Go ahead. We're dying to hear it.
Natalie Imbruglia.
Torn.
Where she's naked on the floor.
That's Torn. Yeah. I have it on my list. I love that song.
Naked on the floor.
I'll tell you a story about this, Paul, which you may not know. That's not an original song.
That's right.
That's a cover song.
No, I know. But it's still like picturing her naked on the floor.
That's true, too. But the original version is a fucking heavy song.
Yeah, it is.
And they're a band from Long Island, I think. They used to be on Stern a lot. They were called Edna Swap. It's a great cover.
Yeah, I did see a video about that whole thing where it was not an original song. And I saw the band do it that actually did it. And it was like, wow, they did a whole different sound to it.
It's completely different. I kind of like that with a cover, too. Like, I don't want to hear it just like the original version. I want to hear somebody else's take on it. And they took a rock song and made it into a complete pop song. And that's what I feel is like when you can tell a great song, if you can do it in a few different genres and every genre sounds great too.
It works as good as the other genre. Yeah, I agree.
Like there's a band that I like. They're called the Super Suckers. And they're kind of like a punk rockabilly kind of vibe. And they wrote a song. It's called Pretty Fucked Up. My opinion, one of the greatest songs ever written. And I'll just tell you the lyrics real quick. She's got a man on the side. She's with him today. I probably won't die, but it sure feels that way. I used to be strong. I used to be tough. She used to be pretty. Now she's pretty fucked up. That's a great fucking line. And they made it from a rock song into like a country song, into an acoustic song on 3 different records. Every version's phenomenal.
Oh, they themselves did it.
Yeah, that way. They did 3 different versions of their own song.
Inventive.
Fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic.
So what a concept. What a great concept album to take an album you did and do it in a pop way and then take that same album and make it country. What a challenge that would be.
Well, that's basically what Unplugged was. Taking, maybe a different arrangement of a song and hearing it like as it's stripped down, scaled down. You're just adding the third element here. All right, Sean, what's your next one?
I'm going to go with one of the most underrated pop artists of all time, going back to 1987 with I Found Someone by Cher.
Underrated, huh?
She's underrated?
I think she's underrated. I mean, she's popular. No, she's very popular. She's world known, but I think she's underrated. I don't think she gets enough credit as a musician as she did.
And why do you like this? Why do you like this song? Are you a big fan of autotune?
No, because one time, once I got, you
have a lot of heartache in your life.
Yeah, I found someone and took away the heartache.
The heartache is taken away.
Took away the loneliness I was feeling since they were gone. It's not a bad song. It's a great song, and I stand by that.
I'm gonna piggyback on that.
Oh God.
Okay. As with playing chess, and or poker, I'm gonna raise you here. And okay, now you can lay into me on this one. Okay. You're talking about heartache. I'm gonna go with the Air Supply classic, Two Less Lonely People in the World. This song talks to me.
You know what? That lyrically was a pretty damn good song.
I can't believe you know this, Paul.
Yeah, I do know the song.
We've all been there. We've all been lonely, and then we found somebody.
I'm trying to think
not in the share sense.
Two less lonely people. Yes,
and it's going to be fine. Two less lonely people in the world. I can't believe you're mine. In this world where everything goes wrong, something finally went right.
Like the last lyric of the whole thing. Two less lonely people in the world. Like
tonight.
That was.
Yeah. The very pretty song.
Yeah, I do know it, Sean. I'm not bullshitting.
I can't make fun of you, Jeff, because I don't know that song.
Okay.
Well, before we hear some more, let's just jump into a little viewer mail, and then we'll get back to all this, and then we'll get back.
I'm interested. I want to hear.
Okay, so Lori Carbone from Atlanta likes Carly Rae Jepsen, "Call Me Maybe."
Oh.
It's fucking terrible. It's a terrible song.
But you know what?
It gets me angry.
Some shit is just overplayed, so it's like it was good.
No,
and then it was like done.
Exactly, like your act. Yeah, I agree about that song.
What the hell happened?
Come on, Paul Bine, come back.
I'm coming back. I'm here.
All right, Deb Steinman. She has a couple of good ones here.
Okay.
She likes Tarzan Boy by Baltimore.
Oh, I love that song.
It's on your list?
It's on my list.
Oh, shit.
Whoa. That one.
Paul could sing.
Tarzan Boy. We used to play it in the band. I was at an 80s band.
Yeah. Sad story about Baltimore. He wound up getting AIDS and he died. Yeah. Big country. Big country in a big country. I thought that was a great song.
Oh, that's a great song.
And a song I think is the most overrated song ever. She also puts down, but it's a guilty pleasure, is Safety Dance.
Ugh, I can't take that song.
I hate that song.
You could dance if you want to.
Ugh.
Yeah. And then Bryce Foster, Abba, Dancing Queen. I knew we'd get those. Robert Puncher, Afternoon Delight. That's a terrible song. And then Anthony Innes. This big hulking hulk of a man. What Makes You Beautiful by One Direction.
That's a great song.
You really think so?
I'm a big Harry Styles fan. He started One Direction.
Why wouldn't you be?
Let me explain something to you. Harry Styles is the closest thing that our generation is going to have to David Bowie in the next 15 years. And I guarantee mark my words.
Please stop talking. That cannot be true.
He's going to
come up with a song like Starman.
He sold out 5 nights at Madison Square Garden.
Okay, so what? It means nothing.
Ariana
Grande sells out shows.
It means he's good.
No,
I love his stuff.
No, it doesn't mean you're good. It just means that this is a generation that doesn't know what good is. How can you compare Harry Styles to David Bowie?
I'm not comparing him.
But he's saying it's the closest thing they have.
I'm saying yes, it's the closest thing.
Watermelon Sugar.
Yes. You know what it's about? Do you know what it's about, Jeff?
Yes, it's about a guy who likes watermelon, and then it's not sweet enough for him, so he has to add a little sugar packet on top of it.
No, asshole. It's about getting a girl off where she starts fucking spooging all over the place. That's exactly what the song's about. But it's a great pop song, and kids don't understand that.
I think my explanation is more accurate.
It's not.
All right, Paul Bond. We'll go back to viewer mail a little bit. Let's hear a couple more from you. What's your next one?
Well, it took the sting out of that Tarzan Boy. That was like the next one.
Tarzan Boy.
I was going to say, but here's one, and I used to play it in the band because I was playing the song when it came out. Eddie Grant, Electric Avenue.
And then they'll take us higher.
Yeah.
Another one.
Out
very
in the
underrated.
street. Did you like that, Sean?
I love that. I actually have the best of Eddie Grant on my phone. I think he's very underrated.
What do you mean the best? What that and Romance in the Stone? What else is there?
No, he's got a bunch of stuff. Dude.
That's
Hold on. No. I say nay. Hold on. I'm pulling it up.
He's actually serious. I thought he was bullshitting.
No, I got it right here. The very best of Eddie Grant.
That's
I don't want to dance.
Thing about him. He'll have this shit on his phone.
Yeah, I Don't Want to Dance is a great song. Give Me Hope, Joanna is a great song. Then you have Romance in the Stone.
See, I don't know these. So.
Oh yeah, man. He's had some great stuff. Great stuff. I'll tell you what, though. My next one, I'm a little embarrassed. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little embarrassed, but it's Party All the Time by Eddie Murphy.
Oh. Oh man. That's a
what it probably
song.
was, Sean? There was probably something going on in your life that song meant something that reminds you of it.
I was 9.
He probably thought that was really cool, and like Eddie Murphy was leading this great lifestyle, and he parties all the time, man. And now Sean wants to join the party, but short, pudgy little Sean was too fat to go. Who was 9? He couldn't go out and party all the time.
Yeah, because I was 9,
and you were wearing knickers
like you when it came out.
Anyway, how old was I when that came out?
It was 1985.
Okay, I was a young boy myself.
Oh, okay.
I know I'm the oldest guy here, but let's not go age.
Yeah, but you see, you're distinguished looking, Jeff, Paul. That's the thing. Like, you've lived your life. You could see it in your face. You know what I mean? Like you've lived.
Yeah, you're grizzled. You look like you spent time at sea.
Right.
You look like an old sailor right today.
Yes.
You have no hope left in your eyes. That's the thing.
Look at you went off Montauk looking for sharks. Right.
When I see young people in the audience, you go, see that hope you got? It's going to fade.
It's gone.
It's good. Enjoy it while you have it. And your hairline. Although Sean kept his hair. How old are you, Sean?
45.
Okay, you're doing well then.
No, it's thinning. Look.
Because yeah, but
you better do everything to hold on to that. You cannot.
You got enough turf.
Oh, I can pull off.
Well, Jeff and I were discussing hair when I saw him a week ago, and it was like he's got it, but you could see where he's at. But you know what the thing is that he's at an age where it's kind of okay. When I lost it, it was like late 30s. Where it was just like, thank God I already had a hot wife, and that was fine. But it's just tough.
My brother's a musician, Paul.
My brothers who could give a shit about hair are not in show business. They got hair. The guy that's in show business has this.
Yeah, but Paul, the thing is, you're on stage, you play guitar, you have a nice voice, you have a funny act. You know, that will overcompensate for the lack of hair. You got to give your brothers something.
Yes, I appreciate that a little bit. But Sean, the next time we work together, we got to find a karaoke bar afterwards, and we got to do some of the shit we're talking about.
Oh God, yeah, that's why I used to love.
What's your go-to song again?
One of is, well, I have a couple go-to karaoke songs. One of them, if there's a female friend of mine who will do the song, I will do Roxette. But I used to do.
What if you're hanging out with Paul Bond? What are the two you guys?
I do a couple songs. I do Everlong by Foo Fighters.
Okay.
I do You May Be Right by Billy Joel.
Okay.
That's another one.
What's it do with that the two of you can look into each other's eyes and then gaze?
Easy. Islands in a Stream by Dolly Parton.
There you go. Perfect song.
Yes.
Nailed it.
Or Beast of Burden.
Great song.
It's got to be
horrific. Islands in the Stream.
The version that was with Tina Turner and Mick Jagger. Beast of Burden.
No, Paul, if we're going to do karaoke, we have to leave everybody wondering if we're a couple. That's what it is.
Right. The oddest couple ever.
It has to be like, what are their intentions later?
Yes. Like, they're like, wow, the chubby one's really looking deep into the old man's eyes.
I guess he likes a sugar daddy.
So the last song we just did, what was it?
The last what?
Who just picked the last song?
I think Sean did.
I was me.
That was you. Okay. Let me keep this going. And I got a couple on here. Okay. This is a song, two different artists have done it. I love both versions of the song, and I particularly love the songwriter. It's all coming back to me now, either Meatloaf or Celine Dion. Written by Jim Steinman.
I think it's a great song, personally. I don't think Jim Steinman ever made a bad song, number one.
Agreed.
And that is a definite great song. I won't make fun of you for that. And believe me, I've wanted nothing more than to make fun of every fucking choice that you have picked.
Oh, I got more on here.
But I couldn't.
Does it seem like Jim Steinman had a hand in the Rocky Horror Picture Show?
I think he did.
You think he did?
I think he did. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't have a hand in writing the soundtrack. The story with Jim Steinman is that's how he met Meatloaf while they were performing the Rocky Horror Show. Okay. That's the connection. Yeah.
Wow, but the flavor of that is still with him. You know, it was with him during Bat Out of Hell, because you could put that Bat Out of Hell against Rocky Horror, and it's kind of like that same feel.
It tells a story. It's
stories.
But Jim Steinman was more about an epic. It was more about a big crescendo. It was about everything was a little campy, kind of like the way. 2 out of 3, but everything's dramatic. Here's the thing about that song. When he wrote that song, he wrote it as the country song in mind, with a little slower pace and picturing Johnny Cash singing it. So think about it, like, I want you, I need, like that real.
How did that go, Jeff? How did that go? You got two singers here. I want to hear how that goes again. Go ahead.
I need you.
I want to hit your face so bad.
I didn't know the song was about Jews.
That's the type of thing that will set them off.
I had no idea that song was about Jews until now.
I want you.
I want you.
Yes. Yes, Judd Hirsch initially did it. Right. He sang as part of the Independence Day soundtrack.
My boy David.
He played the most Jewish character in the movie.
Oh, all right, Paul. Give me another one.
All right. Well, this falls under a real childhood song that it's really kind of creepy now, but I liked it when I was younger. Young Girl by Gary Bucket.
Young girl, get out of my life.
Young girl, get out of my mind.
That's it. Right. Yeah.
The thought of you is way out of line. You better run, girl. You're much too young. Well, when I was a kid, it was okay because I was young. But
that's a pedophile song.
It really is now. When
it's like 17 by Winger.
Yeah. Dude, that song was so fucking good.
Well, he was great.
He was amazing.
The Union Gap
on guitar was an animal. Yeah, that band was very underrated because they were very poppy and he was too good looking.
Gary Pucker was a good looking guy.
Kip Winger is a good looking guy.
Kip Winger.
Yeah.
And I think the fact that he was that good looking, it took away the actual fucking balls that band had. You know what I'm saying? It's just so much. Reb Beach was one of the best guitar players.
And Kip's a great bass player too, man. Yeah, he's a great bass player.
Oh, no, I know that. I'm just saying, in general, the band really kicked ass, but because it was teeny bopper, because they looked great, on top of it, and wearing spandex, it kind of took away their actual musicianship.
The other thing that really hurt them was Beavis and Butthead making fun of them. I mean, that hit in a big audience.
I remember that. That did hurt them.
It took away a lot of their credibility, what you were just saying.
I wish they rewrite this song now because it'd be like, she's only 52.
She's only 52.
Which is about right if you think about it.
She can't give birth no more. Sean, what is your next song?
So do you remember the TV show Melrose Place?
Yes.
Okay, so they had a shoot-off.
Not this song. Not that song by that Jamie guy.
Well, that's coming next.
Fuck.
So Melrose Place had a spin-off called The Heights, and the song is called "How Do You Talk to an Angel?"
Isn't that Jamie guy?
Walters, by Jamie Walters, yeah.
Oh God, I hated that song the moment I heard it.
That's one of my all-time favorite songs.
Come on, man.
One of the first songs I learned how to play on the guitar. I just love that song.
It's all about heartache with you, isn't it?
I was a very troubled young little boy.
Yeah, very troubled life growing up.
A lot of unrequited love, Jeffrey.
Yeah. How do you talk to an angel? Oh God, but that gross. how's this the same guy that likes Megadeth and Slayer and like, you know, like the heaviest bands?
Jeff,
how can you
I
like
have
that?
a soft side. It's not just my stomach. Okay. I have a soft side, and that's why I'm more musically diverse than you are.
See, this is why I love Iron Maiden. Is Maiden never came out with a ballad. Okay, you know, it's not like they didn't have every rose has its thorn. They didn't have that. Every bad boy, every cowboy has a soft side.
But Jeff, you know what the worst thing about those songs is that the lead singers didn't have the voice for those songs. Everyone has a gun. It's like, ugh.
Do you think Bret Michaels has a good voice to begin with?
No.
Right.
No, but I'm saying they could pull off the cheesy rock shit, but. Yeah. But when it got to that, it was just like, that's what you saw. Well, yeah, he has major flaws.
There's a few like Mark Slaughter could hit the high notes, like in Fly to the Angels and stuff like that. He was a legit singer, but like, Bret Michaels is just a front man. It's very, very different. Very different.
Talk about like a good looking guy. I mean, that's how they kind of built their fan base. And, you know, did you guys ever read the book, Ain't Nothing But a Good Time?
No.
It really chronicles like the whole 80s music scene. And one of the you know, and it's like real interviews with all like the guys from that era. And one of the things about Poison that they talked about was while Motley Crue and a lot of the other bands like Hanoi Rocks was a band of that era, Britney Fox, all these type of bands, they went after like the really super hot chicks. Poison didn't do that. They went after like some of like, you know, the other women, you know, the girls who were like a little overweight, and they said they were the most loyal fan base. So when they would play the Troubadour or the Rainbow or any of those clubs on the Sunset Strip, they would have no problem packing it out. Plus, they would bring them food and groceries and stuff.
That's so funny. Food for the fat girls.
The fat girls made sure that they had food.
My friend,
they found their Achilles heel. And then they went for it.
My friend told me a really disgusting story about Poison. If you want me to tell you the story, I will tell you now, or I can tell you off air. But it's a little gross.
Our listeners want to hear this.
So my friend who interviewed one of them mentioned a story about CeCe DeVille kind of liked them a little chubby. And he took one back to the tour bus and proceeded to give her an enema. And the girl shit all over the entire bus. And they were about this story, and they were about to leave, but they didn't. They made CeCe clean up everything before they actually took off on the road.
The whole thing with the enema, though.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Well, you know, he broke the cardinal law on a tour bus, because when I toured with Jim Brew, there's no crunching. That's what they call it, the no crunch zone. If you had a shit, you had to wait until the bus pulled over into a truck stop to shit, but you could only piss in the bathroom.
I have no problem with that, Paul. I can hold a dookie for like 2 days.
I'm pretty good too.
If I gotta pee though, I'm gonna whip it out wherever I am. Like,
yeah. At my age, it gets even worse.
I'll tell you. No, but here's the thing. Like, I actually have a thing about before I go on stage. Like, I gotta pee like 3. Jeff knows this. I gotta pee like 3 times within 15 minutes just to
make the same way.
Every drop is out of me before I'm on stage. I have a
not a fluid left in his body.
I have a crippling fear of pissing my pants on stage.
Joe, what's your next song?
My next one, I'm going to go with All I Need by Jack Wagner.
All I need is just a little more time. That was back in the General Hospital days.
Fuck yeah, it was in the General Hospital days. I was 8 years old watching General Hospital. I say that with no shame.
Oh, man. I used to watch Luke and Laura. That's a guilty pleasure.
There you go.
That's pretty gay, but you know what? Laura was hot.
Yes. Come on. And listen, not for nothing. Luke wasn't that bad either.
He was kind of cute back then.
Wait,
Paul, I thought Jackie. Remember Bobby. I thought Bobby was hotter than Laura.
Bobby with the redhead. Yeah. She was hot.
Yeah,
but there was something about Laura that was sexy but earthy and girl next door-ish.
Yeah, she didn't really do it for me.
She did for me. I love blondes. That's my weakness.
There you go. All right, let me get to my next one before we get to some viewer mail. And I knew this episode was going to go way too quick. I am going to go with, let's see, Sean, you want to lay into me? Lay into me on this one.
Every day.
Okay. We've Only Just Begun by the Carpenters.
No, I love the Carpenters. Beautiful song.
It's a beautiful that song. You know, that was like one of their first songs that they wrote.
Yeah,
and the song was actually written for an insurance company. The jingle is "We've only just begun."
Really?
To live. White. Think about the lyric: "White lace and promises, a kiss for luck, and we're on our way." The advertising agency said, "Hey, look, this is way too good for it to be just a jingle." And then they wrote like another verse or two for it in a chorus. And but that.
Did you know that she was a monster drummer?
Oh yeah,
great drummer.
She was such a great drummer. She used to want to throw up. That's how good of a drummer Karen.
Oh my God, she was like Buddy Rich,
but she threw up instead.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for ruining the joke.
I'm sorry, Sean. I shit on your joke. I missed it.
No, you didn't. You didn't. Fucking Captain Cockblock over here did again.
There's a video of Karen Carpenter doing a drum solo. Go to YouTube. You'll thank me. It's
she's doing like a Gene Krupa thing. She's doing like a Gene Krupa kind of. It's fucking.
Yes,
amazing.
exactly. But their Christmas album is my guilty pleasure. Actually, the Carpenters' Christmas.
It's a good one.
My favorite Christmas album is John Denver and the Muppets.
I don't have that. I gotta get it now.
It is a great record.
Oh, I gotta get it. All right.
So
I was always looking for a different Christmas album. That's good.
Sean brought that up about a year ago. One of our bigger, rated shows was, and people still love it, was when we did our Christmas songs, best and worst Christmas songs. And you talked about that album.
It's a fun album because it brings me back to when I was a kid. Then, like, I found the vinyl when I bought the house. I'm like, oh, this is great. And I put it on. I'm like, wow, this is a great fucking record. Like John
holds up, right?
Songs, except for like the 12 Days of Christmas. Like, he didn't write that, obviously, but you hear all the Muppet characters in there, little Miss Piggy's in there. It's adorable.
Yeah. Yeah, but the Carpenters' Christmas album is a lot of orchestration and intense harmonies. It's just they had chops. Richard and Karen were just real musicians.
Great songwriters, great arrangements. And also remember that time was the early 70s. And you had everything was big horns, really full sound. All right. So let me get to a couple on here. Kevin O'Connor, Father Figure by George Michael. Do you guys know that song?
Great song.
I don't know this one. Britney Spears, Dance Till the World Ends. Do you guys know that?
No.
Neither do I. And that's by Andre McSween. He threw that in there. Jenny Knoll, Turning Japanese. You guys know that one?
Oh, yeah. Turning Japanese. I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so.
Yeah, it's about masturbation.
Play that song on the fucking radio anymore, huh?
No. I had a parody to that one, too.
Greg Owens, Last Dance or Love is in Control by Miss Donna Summer. He calls
Donna Summer.
Yeah. I think Last Dance is a good song.
It is a classic.
Okay. This guy is a big fan of ours. He always says something nice about our show. He put down White Lines by Grandmaster Flash. I think it's a great song.
Oh, it's still a good song.
And then he also said Tarzan Boy, Safety Dance, Dancing Queen. That's Dave Nidal's list. Sharon Simon, past guest. Everything Dua Lipa.
Dua Lipa is fantastic.
Yeah. Brian Roth, Come On Eileen.
Because she liked it.
Jesus Christ. You're working with Jeff too much, Paul.
I said it, Sean. Shut up.
I know.
God. Brian Jacobson, Tub Thumping, Chumbawamba. I hate that song.
I saw them in concert.
You saw them why?
No
they had to be
way,
opening for somebody.
No, K-Rock used to do this thing called a 92.3 Lodo show where they charge 92 cents for a ticket.
And they had a bunch of bands, right?
And they put like 3 or 4 bands. Like there was like one show, it was like Godsmack, Disturbed, and Linkin Park. And then the other one, the one that I went to was Chumbawamba, Days of the New, and Seven Mary 3.
Right, you got fucked.
I got fucked hard. And Chumbawamba come out, and like this woman's coming out with like a nun outfit, with a bottle of Jack and like boxing gloves, and like no one paid attention to one goddamn thing they were playing until they played that song.
I get knocked down, but I get up again. Nobody's going to get me down.
Such a bad song.
It's
they really Australian? They were Australian, right?
They were Australian, or were they? I thought they were like British.
I get knocked down, and I get knocked. Yeah, there was an accent British in there.
Yeah, it was definitely. Yeah, they weren't from Brooklyn. Not too sure. All right, Paul. I'm
going to go with Level 42. Something About You.
It's a good song.
Don't know it.
Because there was something about you, baby. Tonight. That's it. Great bass line.
It's a good song. I mean, know it, Sean.
I don't.
It was in the era of Squeeze and all that kind of music.
But there's something about you.
Tempted by the fruit of another.
Great song.
God, please, Jeff, don't ever sing. I'd rather hear your act than hear you sing.
Wow. You must
really not like my singing. Jeff.
I think I'm singing pretty good tonight, too.
Are you really?
Yeah, this is as good as it gets for me.
I don't know if this is a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
I think everybody likes this song. Holiday Road by Lindsey Buckingham.
That's, no, you know it. That's a
good feel song.
Right.
And they redid it for when they redid Vacation again, so it became popular all over again. I don't know, man. I think it's just like you look at him as like one of the cornerstones of Fleetwood Mac, which is one of the best bands of all time.
It is a great song. It really is. It's got a lot of fun to it, you know.
It does. There's nothing wrong with it.
I like Lindsey Mac. What's his name? Lindsey Buckingham on his own, as opposed to anything he's done in Fleetwood Mac. Fleetwood Mac is horrible.
That's because Jeff is very heady.
Jeff has a thing with popular music. Like he thinks like Fleetwood Mac is horrible. He thinks like fucking idiot.
Right. But
he was one of those guys
that compare Fleetwood Mac to Pink Floyd.
I'm not saying to compare them. I'm saying there's more than fucking White Tiger from Staten Island from 1982.
Great band. Vito Bratta, Mike Tramp. They're awesome.
That's funny.
Yeah, but they're not gonna. But neither one of these. But Pink Floyd isn't gonna have a marching band from USC as part of their record and then sell some type of novelty hit. They're so overrated. This Fleetwood Mac. Yeah. I don't understand people who like them.
It's like people love being the first person to love something, but once it becomes popular, now it's shit.
I know. You know. I have this fight all the time about Nickelback. Like people shit on Nickelback all the time. And
I'm sorry, they got some really good fucking songs.
Right. They write amazing, catchy rock songs. They are not breaking anything new. They write catchy hooks. And guess what? Go to a Nickelback show. You know what you're going to see? 10 women to every fucking dude.
You're right. You're absolutely right. And that's what matters, baby.
Good band.
More tits per capita. Then, but see, I was a fan of his style of singing, but also the way they arranged it. And people loved Pearl Jam, and I wasn't a big Pearl Jam fan. I was like, I get it.
I love Pearl Jam.
I get it, but I could take a handful of songs. I never bought a Pearl Jam album.
I go for like the first 3 albums, and I'm done.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. That's
Even Flow was a great period piece.
Oh, yeah.
If you buy a greatest hits with Pearl Jam, you pretty much got it.
Yeah, I would say so, because most of the stuff from the greatest hits is on the first 3 records anyway.
Exactly.
Now, can we touch the topic of guilty pleasures, but they're single artists that were back in the day? Like people would look at it and go, wow, that's kind of lame.
Well, what do you mean?
I was a big fan of early Elvis Costello.
That's not a guilty pleasure. That's a great artist.
And Elvis, and even the stuff that was transitional Elvis, like All This Useless Beauty, was some beautiful songwriting. But as a metalhead, you can't go, yeah, like All This Useless Beauty, you know, like, but it's just great songs. Just there used to be songwriters. I don't know. I'm dating myself now because, well, I'm an easy delay. But there used to be real songwriters when you took the album, you ripped the sleeve out of the cover, and you read the lyrics along with the album. And I don't see that happening right now with any artist where I go, what's their point of view on this? Like when you saw Brenda and Eddie was the populist daddy, you're looking at that sleeve going, fuck, look at all the lyrics to the song. How does he get them all in? And they're beautifully written. And it's just, it comes off very gay now to go, I like lyrics. You know, it's like,
you don't think WAP was a good lyrical song?
Who what?
WAP?
Wasp? Yeah.
WAP, no, by Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah. Like the Milkshake in the Yard, all those songs are wonderful.
Milkshake in the Yard. No, but I think you're right. I think there is not enough like real singer-songwriters. Although we had a couple of guests on that, you know, like I think, what's her name? Katie Cole, who's playing in Smashing Pumpkins. She writes some really nice songs. She's been putting out a lot of stuff on YouTube. Very, very good. But I think that's true. Speaking of singer-songwriters, I'll give you a new one. Okay, a new one. One of my guilty pleasures. Every Day It'll Rain by Bruno Mars.
Oh, Bruno's killer.
Yeah, Bruno's a huge throwback to 1970s.
He really is. He really is.
I've loved him since the minute he came out, and he's got a new album coming out. I don't know if you ever heard of Anderson .Paak.
Yeah, no, I know what he's got coming out. It's really good. It's a little bit more rocky.
Yeah, definitely. Anderson .Paak is fantastic. He's a drummer who sings.
Yeah,
but again, that 70s soul vibe, fucking killer, dude.
Yeah, and the thing is, they're bringing back like the whole thing, like with like suits and just like bringing back like
choreography.
Yeah,
with big clunky black eyes. He's got big clunky black eyes as background singers, and they dance.
They move.
It's the greatest thing to watch.
Do you remember on the MTV Music Awards years ago? He did a tribute to Amy Winehouse, and they did a version of Valerie.
Yes.
Oh, I never saw that.
Oh, look it up on YouTube.
I got you.
Really over the top, great singing, great dancing. It's all live music, really good.
But the thing about Bruno is that he delivers live. His voice and the band he has is so top notch. It's just like sick. Now I'm going to turn everybody on to something. Saturday Night Live, Bruno Mars, 24 Karat. Watch it.
It's a great,
he turns
great
that
version.
whole set into a dance party. He starts from the green room and walks all the way through the audience and winds up on stage. It's one of the best musical acts ever to hit that stage.
And I'll tell you one thing, he's one of the last good Super Bowl halftime shows too.
Yeah, yes. Exactly. Thank you. He had the Chili Peppers too. He had the Chili Peppers.
People shit on him a lot, but let me tell you, man, he's a talented guy.
They shit on Bruno Mars?
Yeah, a lot of people do. A lot of people do, because it's like he doesn't look the role. Like, first of all, he's like this black Hawaiian dude, number one. Let's just get that.
He's young as fuck. I hate. He's like 25 when he did all the shit.
I know, but he's super, super talented. I don't find anything wrong with him at all.
I don't know how you can hate the guy. I think he's great.
But in fact, it's funny you should say that. My wife said the first concert we're going to go see, when we're all able to go out again, which we are, but Bruno Mars, if he ever comes around again, to go see Bruno Mars. And I would be like, even, Richie Minervini, everybody's like a big fan because he's just a throwback and funky and just real. His shit is real.
He's one of those guys where you go to a concert and you're seeing little 10 and 12-year-old girls, and you're also seeing 50 and 60-year-old dudes there.
Absolutely.
Because he's a huge crossover, which I think is great.
So, but he's a guilty play, but that's a good choice, Jeff, because people shit on him. They do. And I don't know why, but when he was announced for the halftime show.
Part either. Yeah. I think he's immensely talented. All right, listen, we have like about 9 more minutes left of this show. We got more on our list, and we got a bunch more of people who threw in, so I want to get to them as well. So Paul, give us another one. We'll do one more round, and then we'll go here, and then we'll do another round.
This one's really dating me, but I'm going to go with Tom Jones, and it's a song called Fall in Love.
Fall
in love. I'm never gonna fall in love. And he has a version back in the 60s, just him and a microphone. You remember the microphones up in the air, the big square ones? It's a live performance. Find it on YouTube and thank me later. It's called I'm Never Gonna Fall in Love Again. And it's a real bluesy, soulful ballad.
He was an amazing singer, though.
He still is, though. He still is on the voice. He's killing it.
Yeah, he's absolutely, he was a killer.
He wrote one of those songs. There was 2 songs I always wanted to cover with my band that I never got around to do. One was Pressure by Billy Joel, because I had never heard a hard rock metal version of that song before, and I thought it would
That would work. Yeah.
And then the other one was Daughter of Darkness by Tom Jones.
Great song. Yeah.
I wanted to do a creepy, dark version of that song. I never got around to do it.
And Delilah was about killing somebody.
Delilah was good. And he also did a great cover of the Dusty Springfield song, You Don't Have to Say You Love Me.
Yes.
And I was a huge Dusty Springfield fan.
He could sing with anybody and still hold up to any current artist. I'm sorry. He's just that good still.
Yeah, he is.
He's ridiculous.
Paul, that was a good guilty pleasure.
It was.
Tom Jones comes on, you definitely keep him on. Absolutely. Yeah. And if people who are listening don't know who Tom Jones is, shame on you. You should go look it up immediately.
Absolutely.
Sean.
So for my last one, I'm not picking a song. I'm picking an entire artist in his catalog because it's very against a lot of the things that I listen to a lot. But it's 3 of my favorite albums of the last 10 years, and it's Post Malone.
Wow. Okay.
I love Post Malone, number one. He's if you do the backstory with him, he's hugely influenced by rock and metal. I don't know if you probably never heard of it either, but during quarantine, one of the first people to do like a live stream was Post Malone, and he did a whole Nirvana set.
Yeah.
Where he played guitar and sang, and like didn't do Teen Spirit. Like he pulled out some like deep cut Nirvana shit, and it was phenomenal. He had Travis Barker from Blink-182 playing drums with him. I think he's an amazing talent.
I don't know enough about him, but I've heard only good things about him. So
the last time I was in LA, I put his
live music.
What's that?
He plays live music.
He does play live. Yeah. He doesn't play to a track. He's got a full band behind him. That was the only record I played in LA. The entire 8 days I was out there, it was on a loop. I must have played it 75 times. It's just that great of an album. Love it.
That's the best. Which album is the best one? So I can start with that.
Beer Bongs and Bentleys.
Okay.
There's a couple songs in there you'll know, actually.
Isn't it great? No matter if you're downloading now, you still call it deep cuts.
Yes. Oh, yeah, because, again, but this is a guy, though, who had, 3 or 4 monster songs on this one record, but he has 22 songs on the record.
No, I know that, but it's still known as deep cuts because that used to be the lines in the record that it was known as a cut. That's what a cut was, but it's still that reference, which I kind of like. I like we still got that too.
Okay, I want to get Sean's face. I want to get him angry on this one. I want to get him. I really want to get him really angry, and I'm going to do it with the setup. Okay. All right, Sean. For my next one, I always play this song on April 30th. Do you want to know why?
Uh-oh.
It's fucking Justin Timberlake. It's going to be me.
It's in sync. Yeah, it's going to be May. It's going to be May.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
That's all vodka, just so you know.
I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Paul, here's the thing, Paul.
I think that was the gayest thing all night.
That's not even a question. The thing is, I actually make a conscious effort to do this fucking show with him.
I enjoyed myself, actually. I'll be honest with you.
It's just fun. This is actually one of the more fun ones because Jeff wasn't talking over everybody.
No, we had to take turns. That's why.
Yeah,
that's what happened. I get very excited. Let me just get to a couple of other that people gave us.
Go ahead.
John Ornover, Convoy by C.W. McCall.
Wow,
that's a novelty song. Doreen Lyota Noble from Ohio. Escape, Pina Colada song.
Not a bad song.
Okay,
no.
Right.
Steve Hart, who's a big listener of ours.
The fact that the two assholes in the song didn't know that they had so much in common is the part that freaks me out.
Oh, I hate that song. And then he had that's Rupert Holmes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He had us follow up to it called Him. That was so obnoxious. It was such a terrible song. Him. What you gonna do about it?
Now that you said that part, I remember it.
That song. Oh God. It's like when gay guys have sex, that's what plays in the background. Okay, Steve Hart, I Want It That Way by Backstreet Boys.
That's a great song.
Yeah, it is a good song.
Okay. Frank Falia. He's a Long Island guy, I think, right?
Oh, Frank is on Fox. Yeah.
Okay. That's Jimmy Falia.
Oh, no, Frank Fiala. Yeah.
Fiala. Okay.
For Christ's sake.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Kung Fu Fighting. The Night Chicago Died, and Billy Don't Be a Hero.
What is it? The fucking disc 3 of the Time Life Fast in the 70s fucking hits? Jesus Christ.
Yes.
The guy bought, you know what it is? The guy bought a fucking used car and the CD is fucking stuck inside the thing. And that's all he listens to is that. It's the greatest hits of 74.
Wow.
Our booker, who didn't book this show, our booker Mike, Trying to Get the Feeling Again by Barry Manilow, which is a good song. And I had a Barry Manilow on here as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had New York City Rhythm on here. Joe Anthony, the funny Joe Anthony comic. I Touch Myself by the Del Vinyls.
He should touch himself with a fucking shotgun to his head.
Tom Mangelli, I'm Into Something Good, Herman's Hermits. Greg Radin, Sean, this is a guy after your own heart. Believe by Cher.
Not a fan of that song.
Because of the auto-tune?
No, just not a fan. I'm just not a fan of that.
Oh, but you liked her. You liked her in the 80s.
I love like her 80s and 90s stuff. I'm not a big fan of that whole, hey, I'm 95 years old. Let me do a disco album shit. I don't like that. Okay,
this is a terrible song. I'm surprised none of us brought this up. Having My Baby by Paul Anka.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, that's a bad one.
It's a terrible one. Adam Night, Hold On by Wilson Phillips. Is that
that's a great song, man.
Yeah, that's not a guilty pleasure, is it?
No, not at all.
Let's see. Joseph Peter, who listens to our show regularly. Head Over Heels Go-Go's, that's a bad song?
No,
I didn't think so.
It went to the Hall of Fame last night.
Whole Malibu?
Oh, they did, right?
Yeah. Malibu is okay. Here's the thing. Here's the thing about Hole, and I don't know if you know this. Okay, obviously you know it's Kurt Cobain's wife. Okay, Kurt Cobain wrote the entire Live Through This album. He did. If you listen to it, it's a Nirvana record. The next one, Celebrity Skin, she was hooking up with Billy Corgan from Smashing Pumpkins, and that's a fucking Smashing Pumpkins record. Because listen to Malibu, and now think of Billy Corgan's voice, and when you hear that, you're gonna realize he wrote that song.
I got one before we close out. I have one. I wanted your opinion on a song that I've heard many times back in my childhood. I just want your opinion as to what the song is about.
Okay.
And it's a song called Timothy.
Never heard it.
Now Timothy was about these miners
My middle name.
round up. Not kids, but coal miners.
That's where I thought you were going with this.
Timothy, where have you gone? And it almost sounds like it's a cannibalistic song. Like they ate this one guy, Timothy.
Like a Lord of the Flies thing.
It really is fucked up because it was a big hit on the radio, and I forget what band did it, but the song's called Timothy. It was a one-hit wonder, and it was about these guys getting trapped, and they wound up, where's Timothy? Like they're all playing innocent. Where did he go?
By the Buoys?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. You know the song?
No, I know how to Google really fast.
Do you know the song, Jeff?
I've never even heard of it. And hold
God.
on a second.
Oh yeah, I'm going to cut you off, Jeff. I'm going to cut you off because our producer just texted.
Yeah, I got the same one. Go ahead.
Okay, our producer just texted me and said, I'm going to throw out a guilty pleasure. So if anybody knows our great producer, Adam Holes, apparently his favorite song is a song that him and Jeff know together. If Ever You're in My Arms Again by Peabo Bryson.
Oh my God.
If ever you're in my arms again.
Yeah.
I've never hated Adam before.
We're finding out a lot about each other on this episode. This is a very
song
show.
Yeah, here's what we're finding out. Okay, Paul knows songs that Sean has never heard of, and Sean's heard of every fucking song known to mankind. Right. Jeff can't sing, and once again, I carried the episode. So that's what we found out again.
That's a weight thing, but Sean, we got to work together, bro. We definitely do.
Yes.
Because I'm going to tell you something about this motherfucker. And actually, this guy did a great job too when we were doing a China Dog. But Sean, when I worked with you, the last time I worked with you was through what's that guy's name? Rocco.
Yeah.
Rocco Romeo.
Thank you. And it was a powerful show through. And Sean goes on before me and just absolutely devastates. He doesn't do well. He just did a closing act.
He never does well.
And I'm saying he did more than well, you fuck. And he clobbered him. And after he leaves this, I'm in the back going, what am I going to, I got a fucking donkey at this point. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. And it took there's only a few guys it took a good 5 minutes for them to go, okay, we're acclimated to this guy. Because there are times when people just devastate before the headliner, and I'm willing to admit it because it's just one of those things that I appreciate actually because it makes me bring my A game, A+ game, and I'm one of the few headliners that go, well, he's going to do that well, take him off the fucking set. No, I want a guy who's going to do that well so I can go, all right, you got to go all in this.
No, I do the same thing. Whenever I headline a show and I'm booking the show, I always want to make sure that I have another headliner featuring.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's why I've never had Jeff feature.
And this is no disrespect to Jeff because we just did the China. No, we just did the China. But in Jeff, in his situation, we did a fire department, and you know how on fire they are at a show. So the energy was different from the China Dog one to his. So when he did a devastating set, it was just like, I got to do damage control here before I even start. It was crazy good. So I want to work with you and you again. Let's do a show together. What the hell?
We can do. We'll have Jeff host.
That'd be a great show.
It'll be an awesome show.
Well, Jeff can do a guest spot or something. I'll get a host.
Right, I can do I can do 8 minutes.
You do your act twice. What's the difference?
I'll come in. I'll do 8 minutes. Half of it will be crowd work, and after by the 5 minute mark, I'll be like, and what else? And what else?
Yeah, what else you want to do?
How much more time? What else?
Yeah, I can't shut up.
I appreciate it.
And there's the guys that go, what else you want to talk about? I'm like, oh, geez.
Yeah, I could get off. It's over.
Let's talk about you getting off and I'll do an extra 5. How about that? Let's do that.
Exactly.
Jesus.
All right, fellas.
You guys are killers, but thanks for having me on your show. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you for doing it, man. This was your idea. And this was a great idea. And when you suggested it, I was like, I was so excited to do it. So
cool.
And so we're glad we made this happen. We're able to get you on. Thank you very much, man.
It was meant to be that we worked together, so it would have finally happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I always liked the idea of doing a music show. And I'm like, yeah, they never call me. I'm a musician, for fuck's sake. So, but it was great hanging with you guys. Absolutely. And I'm sorry I was in the car.
You came up with a good idea. You put me on the spot of like, fuck it, I got to put this guy on. Why not?
You prick.
And I said, he said to me, do you want to have Paul Bond on? And I said, well, listen, we have a strict rule of only having one hack comic a month.
Thanks for the encouragement. I appreciate it. After I kiss this guy's dick, he gets and says that. All right.
That's Sean.
I'm pointing there because that's where he is on my screen.
Yeah. All right, listen, November, we're going to be having a nice run of guests. We have some great guests coming up. If Adam will ever put out these episodes, we'll follow up the momentum that we had all through September and October. But folks, thank you for listening. Thank you guys for the suggestions, and keep subscribing, keep following. And Paul, where can people find you? PaulBondComedy.com. And watch for me. Go to Facebook. I do everything on Facebook, my lives and everything, but I have a tour called the Paul Bond Pro America Comedy Tour, all in. And it's going all over the country, Florida, Nashville, Indiana, Ohio. And so nice. If I ever do one, where do you live, Sean? You live in Jersey?
I'm in Jersey, yeah.
I'll have to have you on the Jersey one. So, and you're a Staten Island boy, so I got to get a Staten Island show together there.
I'm close to Staten Island, too. You don't have to book them. That's fine. Okay.
I'll take that one as well.
He's like, don't subject yourself to that. But
he has to try and get spots any way he can. What are you going to do?
All right. Well, that's my deal. And Animal Rescue forever. And
how can people help you, Animal Rescue?
By my Facebook, because that's the only place I do my fundraising and stuff. And it's a mom and pop. And unfortunately, I have to let my boy Jeter go tomorrow. He fought a good fight.
Way to ruin the show, Paul.
He's awesome. No, yeah, I just want to know that I have a heart as well.
No, you don't.
But you guys are the best scumbags I've ever worked with. Let's just say you know how to hide it.
Listen, guys, follow Paul Bond. Go to his Facebook page. Sean and I will catch you next week. Take care, everybody.
Later.
You.